What if you could go back 1,000,000 years, before language, before cities, before time itself was measured, when the earth was raw and silent, and the first humans opened their eyes to the ancient world? This is their story, a story of survival, fire, and the endless rhythm of life. 1,000,000 years ago, the earth was wild and untamed. The continents looked much as they do today, but the air was cleaner, the forests denser, the plains endless. Winds swept across open grasslands where mammoths roamed and saber-toothed cats watched silently from the shadows. Rivers wound through valleys of stone, and volcanoes sometimes sent smoke curling into pale skies. It was a time long before cities or language, a world ruled by instinct, weather, and survival. Among these vast landscapes lived our ancestors, small bands of early humans, strong and clever, struggling not only against nature, but also learning to live with it. They were not yet like us. Their bodies were shorter, stronger, their minds tuned to the earth itself. But inside them was the same spark that would, one day, light our path through history. The sun rises slowly over the open plains. A faint orange glow touches the tall grass. A cluster of shelters, made from branches and leaves, sits near a river's edge. Inside, a few humans begin to stir. They sleep lightly, aware of every sound, the distant call of birds, the rustle of movement in the grass nearby. Their world is full of danger. Every sunrise brings both hope and risk. They have no clocks, no tools to mark the hours, only the rhythm of the earth itself, the soft light of dawn telling them that it is time to rise. A woman steps out first. Her hair is tangled, her face calm. She looks toward the horizon, sniffing the wind for signs of rain or prey. Her movements are deliberate, cautious, silent. Nearby, two men carry sharpened stones, their only tools and weapons. They are simple, shaped by hand, edges worn smooth by use. With them they can cut roots, scrape animal hides, or defend against attack. The tribe moves together like one living thing. 10, maybe 12 adults, a few young ones following behind, and an elder who watches everything. Their first task of the day is to find food. The women and children search for berries and roots, while the men move further out toward the plains, looking for the tracks of small animals. The air smells of wet grass and dust. Their feet press softly into the earth. They speak little, a few gestures, quiet sounds, shared glances. Communication is simple but powerful. A nod means follow. A hand raised means stop. A low hum means danger. They do not yet have words, but they understand one another deeply. And as the morning brightens, the tribe spreads out across the land, each step guided by memory and instinct. By mid-morning, the sun is high. Heat shimmers over the plains. The women dig near the roots of small shrubs, using pointed sticks made from bone. They uncover tubers, thick, starchy roots that can be eaten raw or roasted later by fire. Nearby, two children collect round fruits fallen from a wild tree. Every discovery matters. A handful of berries can mean the difference between hunger and strength. A short distance away, the men have found something else, a place where stone flakes scatter the ground. They sit quietly, choosing the right rocks. A heavy round one for striking, a thin one for shaping. The sound of stone hitting stone echoes softly, sharp, rhythmic, purposeful. Flakes fall away, revealing a cutting edge beneath. They do not speak, but each movement shows deep knowledge. This is how tools are born, not from plans or drawings, but from patience and experience. These early humans understand the feel of stone better than words. Their world is physical, immediate. They know which trees hold water, which paths lead to danger, which clouds bring the heavy rain. And when one of them finally shapes a perfect, sharp flake, he holds it up to the light. A small victory, silent but proud. As the day grows hotter, a small hunting group moves toward the savannah. They carry stone-tipped spears, crude yet deadly in skilled hands. Ahead, they spot movement, a small herd of antelope grazing near a shallow stream. The hunters crouch low, hearts pounding. They plan not with words, but with eyes and gestures. Each knows his role: to flank, to chase, to wait. The first movement is sudden. A thrown spear whistles through the air, missing by only a breath. The herd bolts, a storm of hooves and dust. One hunter gives chase, bare feet pounding the ground. He follows the injured animal, tracking drops of blood across the dry grass. Minutes become an hour. The hunt is endurance, not speed. The animal tires first. When it finally falls, the hunter kneels beside it. He does not cheer or shout. Instead, he places a hand on the animal's neck, breathing deeply, as though offering quiet respect. He calls to the others, a low sound, like a hum. They arrive soon after, working together to cut the meat, careful not to waste a single part. Some meat will be eaten soon. The rest will be carried back to camp. Bones become tools, sinew becomes cord, and the hide will one day keep out the rain. As they walk home, the hunters speak in gestures again, faces calm, bodies tired, but proud. They have provided for their people a victory as old as humanity itself. And as the sun begins its descent, their shadows stretch long across the plains. The tribe gathers by the river again. Children run to meet the hunters, their laughter soft and short. The smell of fresh meat fills the air. A few of the older women prepare flat stones and begin to strike one against another. Sparks leap, tiny flashes of light in the growing dusk. After many tries, a spark catches on dry grass. Smoke curls upward, then at last flame. For these early humans, fire is life itself. It keeps away predators, cooks food, and warms their bodies against the cold night. They sit around the fire in silence. The flames dance in their dark eyes. The crackle mixes with the sound of insects and the steady flow of the river nearby. A child yawns. An elder hums a low tune, a sound between a song and a memory. They share food, roasted roots, strips of meat, and a few fruits saved from earlier. No one speaks, but everything is understood. The tribe is safe tonight. Firelight paints their faces with gold and shadow. The stars begin to appear overhead. Some gaze upward, their eyes reflecting the night sky. They do not know what stars are, but they feel their mystery. Perhaps they wonder, as we do now, about their place beneath that vast sky. And as the fire settles to embers, a calm peace fills the camp. The night deepens. The plains are quiet, except for the distant calls of nocturnal hunters.
The tribe huddles close to the fire's fading glow. The children sleep first, their small hands clutching bits of fur. Adults remain awake a little longer, keeping watch, listening to the wind moving through the grass. They think, not in words, but in feelings, in warmth, in hunger, in memory. Perhaps they remember the day's hunt. Perhaps they sense the coming of rain. Perhaps they dream of something larger, though they cannot yet name it. Somewhere in those thoughts, the beginnings of imagination are born. In the soft flicker of the fire, a new kind of awareness stirs. The idea of past and future, of meaning, of belonging. And though they cannot speak of it, they feel it. That strange human knowing that life is more than survival. A faint breeze carries the smell of smoke and earth. The elder hums again, a rhythm like a heartbeat, slow and steady. It is both lullaby and history, a song older than words. The tribe drifts into sleep, their breathing blending with the wind. Morning will come again. The sun will rise, and the world will look the same, but something small will have changed. A new tool made, a new path remembered, a spark of understanding passed quietly from one mind to another. These are the steps that built humanity, not sudden leaps, but quiet moments, lived and forgotten, 1,000,000 years ago. We are their children, carrying their endurance, their courage, their simple will to live. They did not know what they were shaping, but through them we were born. And so, as the stars watched over them, the first humans slept, dreamers of the world we now call home.